On a narrow strip of land where empires have risen and fallen for thousands of years, the conflict between Israel and Palestine has shaped global headlines and driven millions to protest, fight, and pray for peace. This is the story of a war rooted in history, struggle, survival, and hope. To understand the conflict, we must go back to the late 19th century when Palestine was part of the Ottoman Empire. Jewish and Arab populations coexisted, but tensions simmered as Zionist movements grew in Europe, advocating for a Jewish homeland. With increased Jewish immigration, local Arab populations grew uneasy. In 1917, World War I reshaped the Middle East. Britain issued the Balfour Declaration, supporting a Jewish homeland in Palestine, while also promising to respect the rights of the existing Arab population. But could both populations coexist peacefully? As Jewish immigration increased, so did local resistance. In the 1930s, violent clashes erupted as both sides began forming militias. These early conflicts would lay the groundwork for a much larger battle. World War II changed everything. The horrors of the Holocaust galvanized the world's support for a Jewish homeland. In 1947, the United Nations proposed a plan to divide Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem as an international city. But this solution only sparked a greater conflict. In 1948, Israel declared independence, and neighboring Arab states launched a war. This was the beginning of an era marked by waves of refugees, cities in ruins, and shifting borders. For Israelis, it was a miracle. For Palestinians, it was the Nakba, or catastrophe, as hundreds of thousands were displaced. In 1967, another war erupted. Over just 6 days, Israel seized the West Bank, Gaza Strip, Sinai Peninsula, and Golan Heights. This swift victory shocked the world, and Israel now controlled territories with significant Palestinian populations. With the occupation, Israel began building settlements in the West Bank, fueling Palestinian anger. In 1987, the First Intifada erupted as Palestinians protested against military rule and called for their own state. Rocks clashed with rubber bullets and hope clashed with despair. In 1993, hope emerged. The Oslo Accords, brokered with international support, brought Palestinian and Israeli leaders together. For the first time, peace seemed possible. But despite the handshake, deep-rooted issues remained. In 2000, peace talks failed, and a new wave of violence, the Second Intifada, began. Suicide bombings, airstrikes, and heavy fighting devastated both sides, as a new generation faced the consequences of old grievances. Today, the world watches as Israel and Palestine continue their struggle. The 2007 split between Hamas in Gaza and the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank divided Palestinian leadership. Cycles of conflict continue as each side seeks security, justice, and identity in a land both call home. The Israel-Palestine conflict is one of history's most complex and painful sagas. It's a story of two peoples yearning for a homeland, a place to live in peace, side by side. Where will the future lead? Only time will tell. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. Please like, subscribe, and join us for more stories that shape our world.